Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to another daily dice where we ask the dice for message and find out what that is. Please keep in mind that these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave what does not. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. If you are interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links necessary below in the description box, or you can email me for a personal reading, and I will get you out further information from there. You may also follow me on over to my podcast on Spotify at scatterlovetarot. And if you're interested in joining as a member, there's a join button down below. When you click on that, it'll show you the 3 levels I have available, as well as the options that come with each level. So I do hope to see you over there, and if not, thank you for your continued support here. With that, let's go ahead and hop to it. But today we are asking the question, how can I heal my broken heart? It was a channeled message I got right before I started this, so we're going to go ahead and find out that for you today. Okay, so Source, for my collective, how can they heal their broken heart? Source, what messages do you have for my collective on how they can heal their broken heart? What would you like them to know? How can my collective heal their broken heart? What messages do you have for my fellow humans here, Source? Okay, so we have Mars energy, we have the first house, and we have Virgo. This is interesting, right? Because it's about self-expression, but it's about also releasing the need for perfectionism. Like, I feel like in the past, there's this energy that's flowing through here right now about how you've had to alter your energy when you show up in any one situation so that you felt like you were being received by others, okay? And it's like, I had to put on a mask so that I was seen by others. But were you really seen if you're putting on a mask? How could they ever truly see you? It's more or less, I'm putting on a mask so that I can fit into society. And so your broken heart came from the fear of expressing yourself and who you are at your core. It's like, if I cover up who I am at my core, then people don't need to know what maybe someone is called weird or unorthodox or oddball or no one else is like you. And so it's like trying to appear as a perfect person. And that could have come out in ways of like trying to get perfect grades or trying to bring in perfect projects or making sure that you never make a misstep somewhere or that you've turned yourself into a robotic. It's about having perfectionism somewhere. I have perfect attendance. I never miss even when I'm sick, or I have a perfect record and I never mess up. My ear is ringing like crazy right now. My right ear is going next level. It is on blast right now. Holy moly. The right ear, I believe, is about spiritual growth. It's like, how can you let this turn into spiritual growth? By letting go of your broken heart and recognizing and realizing that my dog, she just jumped off the bed. Recognizing that you don't have to be perfect to be loved. You don't have to appear a certain way to be loved. You don't have to take action in any one way, shape, or form in order to be loved. All you need to do is express yourself authentically, and this is how you'll begin to heal your broken heart, because you'll begin to see that the people who aren't for you are just going to automatically vibe out. They're just not going to be there. Oh, my ear finally stopped ringing. That was next level. It was so loud. Woo, it was so loud. Just like when you lose all hearing and all you hear is this ringing. No, people are like, that's tendinitis. Yeah, it can be, but no. For it to come out in the reading like the way that it is, and plus I've been tested, I don't have tendinitis. So, it's showing here that you're on the path to spiritual abundance and on this path to a spiritual awakening. But it comes from allowing yourself to see that you have a right to express yourself as your truest self. Like, you don't need to wear a mask. You don't need to appear some way. You don't need to appear perfect even. Even to the people who love you, it's better for you to just be who you are, flaws and all. Because that's the only way you're ever going to know if you're worthy of love, is if you can see yourself with your flaws and all. You know, I had a situation that came up yesterday while I was off on my sabbatical, you could say. And interesting, came out: opposition, imbalance, a point of tension, and a power struggle. And a part of myself came up. It was a memory from years ago, and I'm not going to share the memory here because it's not that it's embarrassing, it's just completely inappropriate, okay? But it was something that I did that was entirely inappropriate, and it showed how little respect I had for myself at that time when the memory was created. And I sat there and I almost pushed it away. Like, I was like, oh no, that's uncomfortable. Like, I don't want to face that. But I stopped and I let it in. And I let it in because I wanted to heal that part of myself. I wanted myself to see that I was tired of running away from even the things that I did that weren't so pretty. Even the things that I did that weren't so nice or so good for myself. Because this was like a self-harm. Like, this was a self-harm on myself. No, it wasn't like cutting myself or anything like that. But it was definitely a sign of disrespect towards myself, okay? And I let it come in and I let it flood my senses for just a minute. And I sat with it. And I was like, this is a part of my journey. This is a part of something that I went through. And if I hide from this, then I'm not allowing myself to be who I'm meant to be. And I'm also saying that that part of me is not lovable, but that part of me is lovable. And if I had known that at that time and shared that love with myself, I would be someone else entirely different to this day. Because I feel like I would be further along on my journey, right? But that's the tension that we experience when we're not loving ourselves or when we're feeling like a part of us is not lovable. We're having an internal power struggle. That's what this is, a point of struggle, a point of tension. This imbalance is saying that my emotional ego is getting the best of me and convincing me that I have to be someone that I'm not, or I have to fulfill someone else's shoes in order to be seen. You know, I also had a situation last week where I went to a dance, right? Yeah, because that's a thing apparently where I'm at. They had a dance in the community center here, and so I went to it. And I talked with one of the ladies who I just absolutely adore her. She's so nice. And we somehow got onto the topic of where she didn't want to dance because she didn't think that she could dance that good. And I was like, why are you comparing yourself to other people? I was like, that's a comparison. She's like, well, I just don't have rhythm. And then she was telling me, she's like, because I've known how to dance my whole life. And so she's like, but you have rhythm. Like, you know how to dance. And I said, stop. I said, you're comparing yourself and your abilities to what it is that I do. And I said, that's not fair because I'm already taken. And I was like, you're beautiful and unique in who you are because you're not taken, and you get to take that energy. You get to take that up. And her husband was there, and he looked around her because we were sitting in a line together. And he looked around her and he looked at me and then he looked at her and he goes, yes. Yes. And it was so cute. And it was like all of a sudden she just like opened up. And instead of sitting there and saying, like, I don't want to dance, she got up and she started dancing when it had been like 2 hours in and she'd just been sitting there not dancing. And I told her this, and it was like this moment where she recognized, like, whoa, I'm like actually denying myself an opportunity of fun because I'm trying to say, like, I'm not as good as someone else. And that's exactly the type of energy that's here. It's saying that you feel like you're not as good as someone else, but you're denying yourself the opportunity to see the truth of who you are and the beauty of who you are in this moment by accepting you as you are, as you have shown up right now. You can't be who you're not, right? But it feels like here with this combination of the dice that the broken heart has come from trying to be someone that you're not, and it continues to reside there because of trying to run away from either the pain or the suffering that was caused there. And saying, if I just put on a happy face, like, I'm not ever going to have to feel that again. But then continuing to run into circumstances where people are abandoning you, or people are leaving you, or people are, you know, not wanting to stay, or people are chasing after you even, depending on where you're at and the energy that you're in. You know, and it's like you don't want that energy anymore. Well, the energy comes from an internal struggle. That's why we see opposition here. And we have on the bottom, house 6, right? Virgo energy again, establishing a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. Seeing yourself through eyes of love. Seeing yourself in this place of knowing that right now you are lovable. You lovable creature, you. You deserve to look in the mirror and say, I'm a lovable person. I am so lovable. You lovable person, you. Say your name. Say, you know, your gender if you want. If you want to section it down to that. It doesn't matter. You know, I'm not here to judge, but that's something I've learned to do. You know, Becky, you're this lovable person. You're this lovable woman, because we are. Love is all around you. There's love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. When you acknowledge that you're lovable in this moment, you open yourself up to releasing yourself from the broken heart, which a broken heart is emotional ego, right? That's our wounded ego. Something happened. Something bad happened. It's tragic. Of course it's tragic. It's bad. I'm not diminishing that, right? But opening up to the fact that just because this tragedy happened to me doesn't make me less lovable. But there's this energy coming in with this combination of dice that's saying that this tragedy happened to me, that must make me less lovable. Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. Open yourself up to the possibilities. What might be? What could potentially be? There's a change here with number 33, chameleon and change. Stop blending in. It's time for you to stand out. You get to stand out. That's something that's exciting. You get to stand out. You get to be you, right? You get to create. You get to let your heart shine here. You get to shed the skin of the past, what once was. You get to renew yourself. It's simple, but that doesn't make it easy, right? We're not looking for ease, because anything that's easy oftentimes isn't worth having. And this is saying that you may have to go into a space of solitude and begin to enjoy being with your own company so that you can really let this go. Not isolation. This is choosing time to be by yourself so that you can really heal this part of yourself and ground into who you are. As below, so above. As within, so without. Healing the internal part of yourself so that you can begin to shine outwardly. To express who you are. But if you don't spend time getting to know yourself, or time in solitude away from other people, how can you ever know who you are? Now is a lucky time for stability, strength, and structure. Now is a lucky time. Be bold, be fearless. With Badger, we look 4, strength, structure, stability. 49, the numerology is 4, strength, structure, stability. We're bringing in a new sense of strength, a foundation. We had that with the 6th house on the bottom. Okay, let's get one of these for this reading source. May I please have one of these for this reading? Okay, they want that one and that one. On the bottom, it says, take responsibility for your choices. This is your life to live. Own it. Right? Let's get a love oracle, because I can. Okay, I might get 2. One more source. Thank you. Yep, that makes sense. We've got the clock on the bottom, needing time. Cycles and takes time. Time to heal. Progressing. You're moving away from this, but it's something that's taking time. Time is something that's playing a part in your reading. Now is a lucky time. We have clock on the bottom here. You have narcissists, love bombing, self-absorbed and one-sided that flew out the golden mirror. Like I said, what happened to you is tragic. Yes. We're not taking away from that, but you have the strength to move on from this great opposition in your life, right? Sunglasses, watching, looking, perception, stalking. You're perceiving things in the darkness with sunglasses here, right? Come back to the light. Know that you are love and that love is you. You are loved. You are love, and you are lovable. Give your inner critic a vacation day. Be kind to yourself. Yes, that's where the change comes from. Clear your mental and physical clutter. You will feel so much better. Again, this idea of solitude coming in together here, finding time on the island. Like there's an island here. This is so synchronistic, this reading. Let's find out what the shadow aspect of this reading is. I have one card here showing the shadow aspect of this reading source. Okay, they want this one. Rocky, it has been a rough road for you. You must decide whether it's worth it to keep on going. So this has been difficult, right? That's what I said. The steps to get there are simple, but that doesn't make them easy. But we're already seeing you've been through something that was awful. You've been through something that was so tragic and heartbreaking. It's like, so how do you heal your broken heart? We're seeing that, clearing the mental and physical clutter, giving your inner critic a vacation day, change, being kind to yourself here, not seeing from the darkness or the shadow aspect, but beginning to let the light in. You have the luck right now in your life to let this go. Is it worth it to you to continue down this road of not expressing yourself? Or are you ready to really lean into who you're meant to be? To deal with the golden mirror energy. I know this is rough, and I know that this energy really can pull you away from yourself, so far away from yourself you don't even recognize yourself. The only way to get back is to look in the mirror and to understand the person staring back at you, not anyone else. No one else matters at this time. And it's not cruel, it's not selfish, it's not mean. It's just that the only person in the mirror, or the only person that matters, is the person in the mirror. And when you get to know the person that's staring back at you, everything that you've ever wanted in your life can become a true reality. Okay? So this is what I see. Look, we've got crumbling on the bottom here. What you've built feels like it's falling apart, and it's okay. You have the strength to build anew. All right? So it does feel sad. It does feel harsh. It does feel like you can't get through it, but you're going to get through this. Okay? This is what I see for you here. If you feel like this is your reading, leave the little sunglass emoji guy down below, the cool guy, and say, I allow myself to let in the light after a period of darkness. Leave me a thumbs up. I'm going to go ahead and leave it there and get on out of here. I do want to take a quick second, though, to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, and my guides for coming together to give us this message. And until next time, stay human. Bye.